Fellow patriots, I'm about to expose the shady relationship between our very own government and the greedy electric companies. So please, watch this very carefully. You see, I've uncovered a dirty little secret Obama doesn't want you to know. A secret that's affecting every honest, hard-working, red-blooded American like yourself. And here it is. Here's the truth. Our government actually wants us to struggle each month as we scrape the bottom of our penny jars to pay these energy crooks. It's all part of their plan. Even with sky-high electricity rates, our government is doing nothing to help us out. In fact, they're doing just the opposite, and I've got the proof. But you don't have to put up with the lies and deceitful tactics any longer, because you're about to see my little trick to beating big energy at their own game, allowing you to pay zero for your electricity and heating costs, without breaking the law. Fair warning, I'm getting pressure from the powers that be to take this video down. After all, energy is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And the things I'm going to share with you today are somewhat frowned upon by the bigwigs at Pacific Gas and Electric and the Edison Group, just to name a couple. So please, watch my video right now before I'm forced to take it down. You may think you've tried it all or seen all when it comes to reducing your power bill, yet I can guarantee you've never seen anything like what I'm about to reveal to you today. However, I want to first share a really personal and somewhat embarrassing story with you about how I stumbled upon this energy blueprint. When you hear my story, you're going to know exactly what I was going through, because I bet you're making the exact same mistakes right now that I did before I discovered this energy loophole. My name is John Hartman. I'm a 42-year-old and live in South Carolina with my wife and 2 daughters. To be honest with you, I'm always looking for ways to save money, and I'm not ashamed of it either. A few years ago, I noticed my electricity rates were going up and up, so just like any money-conscious American would, I decided to do something about it. I replaced all of my light bulbs for those expensive energy-saving ones. I turned power switches off at the wall, and even turned off heaters in winter despite the freezing conditions. And after all of this, I managed to save a paltry $11 off my next electric bill. Then, to top it off, I looked closer at the bill and noticed the sneaky buggers raised my rates even further. I felt like I'd been robbed. I was furious, I was fed up, and I wanted revenge. No matter how hard I worked to reduce my power and heating costs, the electric company would come back and smack me in the face with increased rates. I had absolutely zero control. It felt like I had given my bank details to the power company, and they were taking whatever they wanted. And if you think energy prices will get better in the future, I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you. In fact, President Obama himself has come right out and said energy prices will continue to rise, even though supplies remain plentiful. Watch this short video.
Under my plan of a cap-and-trade system, electricity rates would necessarily skyrocket. Even regardless of what I say about whether coal is good or bad, because I'm capping greenhouse gases, coal-powered plants, natural gas, you name it, whatever the plants were, whatever the industry was, they would have to retrofit their operations. That will cost money. They will pass that money on to consumers.
Now, I don't know about you, but when I watch that video of Obama, my blood boils in anger, knowing that the government has given the power companies a free pass to jack up prices, making every American struggle. It's not right. And even though we're spending more and more on electricity, our electrical infrastructure is completely outdated and very unreliable. According to the 2011 report by the World Economic Forum, the U.S. infrastructure is ranked below 30th for the quality of electric power sector. The truth is, our electricity infrastructure is completely useless and outdated. Whenever some bad weather was headed our way, I would go get the flashlight because I just knew we were about to lose power. It happened every time. And this is just from a stiff breeze and a bit of rain. I'm not talking about something serious like Hurricane Katrina that caused a loss of power to over 2.6 million Americans. Honestly, our power grid can't handle another natural disaster of that size. Oh, and don't even get me started on terrorist attacks. If things really got bad, you can bet we're all on our own. FEMA can only do so much to help, and to be perfectly honest with you, I don't want to put my family's survival in the hands of another incompetent government agency. But you need to know right now, you don't have to put up with this outrageous profiteering. And you don't have to put up with unreliable electricity, because it's time to stand up and beat the power companies at their own game. After I found out that conserving energy didn't work, I knew I had to get serious. I knew if I truly wanted to protect my family and keep them safe and warm in times of crisis, I needed to forget about the power grid altogether. I needed to produce my own power. That way, I'm not affected by oil prices, I'm not affected by blackouts, brownouts, or even terrorist attacks. So I looked into getting solar power. And just like everybody else, I started calling solar power companies for a quote. Now remember, I'm the type of guy that's always looking to save money. So when I was quoted thousands of dollars for just a few panels, I was furious. Get this, they wanted me to pay over $6,000 for something that wouldn't even cover my power bill. I knew there had to be another way. I just had to figure it out. This was the day I started to become obsessed with the thoughts of creating my own mini power plant. I searched for months, read journals, spoke with professionals, and I still couldn't crack the code. It wasn't until 6 months later I got a reply from an underground professional in the solar industry. He wanted to meet with me in person to share what he's been working on. His name was Michael Harvey. Mike pays absolutely zero to the electric company. Hasn't done so for the past 11 years. He has been completely off-grid and independent with his do-it-yourself solar, wind, and heating setup. So no matter what energy prices do, Michael and his family aren't affected. I remember the first time I met Michael. We sat down at a local coffee shop and I asked him about his off-grid home and how it all worked. What he told me that day was the biggest eye-opener of my life. In fact, I was jealous. He told me how he built everything himself for a fraction of retail cost. Yes, he even built his own solar panels. Michael gave me some very rough plans on a napkin to help me get started. I was so excited to start generating my own independent source of energy for my family that I couldn't wait another day. So as soon as I squeezed as much info as I could from Michael, I rushed home, took out his rather primitive napkin plans, and got to work. I purchased super inexpensive solar cells online. Then I drove down to my local hardware store where my buddy Bill worked. I told him what I was doing and purchased all of the materials I needed right there. I took my plans to the backyard and got to work. I completed my first solar panel in just one afternoon. When Michael said it was simple, I was actually a bit skeptical. I didn't think it would be this easy. In just a few days, I was completely set up. I was just sitting back waiting for my next power bill to arrive. From that moment on, I started to see significant savings on my power bill each month, much more than I was able to achieve from just conserving energy. I then added the final blow to my power bill, a wind turbine. And I have felt in complete control over my electricity bills ever since. In fact, I was about to experience something not many of us get to experience. Something I've been waiting to do for over a decade. I called the power company and I said, "Please disconnect my electricity account. I'm going off-grid." Eventually, my friends and neighbors found out about my homemade power plant. They wanted to know how they could do the same. It was right then that I realized that this was the true American dream and that I wasn't alone. I thought, folks from all over the country must know this simple secret. That's when I called Michael and said, "Let's create the most comprehensive guide to homemade energy ever. Let's help other patriots escape the power monopoly and build their own source of reliable energy." We finally did it. To be 100% honest with you, it wasn't an overnight success. In fact, the final copy of our do-it-yourself energy blueprints wasn't finished until 3 years after that conversation with Michael. It took so long because we tested it and retested it. We wanted our plans to be so simple that literally anybody, even with little to zero building experience, could build a complete power plant in a matter of days. Our final test? We gave our plans to 43 people, both guys and gals, and came back in a few days to see what they had built. In just a few days, every single one of our test subjects were able to successfully build and set up their own independent source of energy. It was the solid proof we needed. We now knew that anybody, no matter their age, sex, or even location, could become self-reliant and protect themselves from the greedy energy corporations that only wanted to squeeze more money from our bank accounts. It was right then our program was born. We call it Earth for Energy. It's a complete do-it-yourself energy blueprint designed from the ground up so that anybody can provide a truly reliable source of energy for their family. If you follow this do-it-yourself blueprint to the letter, we guarantee you'll be paying zero for your electricity too, even if you couldn't swing a hammer to save your life. You live in an area plagued by rain, clouds, or even snow. You don't know the first thing about solar power, or even if you think you've tried it all before. Inside the Earth for Energy product, you'll discover the exact materials to buy and where to get them for the cheapest possible price. How to achieve an expandable system so you can start small and build on your system as you save money. This little trick will allow you to start your system with the smallest possible outlay. How to correctly size your system so you don't make costly mistakes. Like a squirrel storing nuts for the winter, you'll also discover how to cheaply store your energy for later use. The solar will charge batteries while the sun's out, which will give you access to electricity 24 hours a day. You will never find yourself sitting in the dark due to a power outage or a blackout. Earth for Energy also includes plenty of diagrams, charts, and tables which you can easily follow, allowing you to achieve unlimited electricity quicker and far easier than you've ever dreamed possible. Listen, I've got to be totally honest with you, so there's nothing left to chance. If you're looking for yet another list of new energy fads that are here today, gone tomorrow, this isn't for you. And if you're looking for some silly fad that promises free energy from the air, perhaps pay a visit to fantasyenergyland.com. No, that site doesn't exist. Earth for Energy isn't pie-in-the-sky Fantasyland nonsense. It's the real deal, and it's only for folks like you who are really serious about eliminating their power bills for good and providing a reliable source of energy for their family. I've never heard of any other proven, enduring energy system that has the backing of thousands of homeowners. In short, there are no magic bullets, but Earth for Energy is pretty darn close. The normal off-the-shelf retail price for Earth for Energy, without any additional bonuses, is $50. That's for the instruction guide alone. However, you're not just getting the original Earth for Energy product when you order today. I have a lot more for you. You see, over the years, we have tweaked and refined the Earth for Energy system, and we now have 4 amazing add-ons that I'm going to toss in for free just by ordering today. The first gift you'll be receiving today is our 8-part instructional video series with over 2 hours of highly valuable content. It's normally valued at $199. Yours free today. Like a fly on the wall, you will be watching over Michael's shoulder as he builds a complete solar panel from scratch, all on camera. Michael leaves no stone unturned in this comprehensive video series as he spills all his secrets. Your second free gift is a custom solar sizing calculator, valued at $30. Predetermining how much power you need to produce is a crucial step in building your system correctly. So I've gone the extra mile. I hired a team of experts to create a solar sizing calculator for you. All you need to do is enter the names of your appliances and how much energy they use per day. Press enter, and you've got all the information you need right there. You will see in an instant. Third is the do-it-yourself wind turbine plans valued at $60. Yours free today. By combining wind and solar power together, you will get off the grid twice as fast. Like I said earlier, Michael is an expert in both solar and wind power, so you can be sure this instruction guide to building a wind turbine is equally as impressive and detailed. And finally, I've got one more bonus guide to top it all off. Do you know how much of your current power bill comes from heating water? As published in an article on energy.gov, water heating accounts for over 50% of the average American household's power bill. Actually, here is a direct quote from their website. On average, if you install a solar water heater, your water heating bill should drop 50 to 80%. Also, because the sun is free, you're protected from future fuel shortages and price hikes. And that's why I'm including a do-it-yourself guide to building and installing a homemade solar hot water system. This is another $60 bonus that you get today for free. By combining solar power, wind power, and solar water heating, you will be well on your way to living the off-grid American dream. This brings the total value of the Earth for Energy system to $399. However, because I want to help as many patriots as possible achieve total independence, I have a much better deal coming your way, so keep watching to see my today-only bonus. I'll reveal what that is in 60 seconds. Not to sound corny, but Michael and I share a dream. It's really a cause, and I'd love for you to be a part of it, along with the many others who desire to unhinge themselves from the grasp of the government and big energy. Look, you could easily pay over $1,000 to attend training workshops to learn this type of information. And even then, I doubt you would learn all the secrets we share in our Earth for Energy system. Plus, you would be paying over $1,000 for training on solar alone. You won't learn squat about wind power or solar water heating. You see, Mike and I have worked very hard for years to create this system, so it was difficult for us to put a price on it. We both thought that the system was easily worth $399, but not many people could afford it. Heck, if my letterbox kept filling with power bills, I wouldn't be able to afford it either. So we thought $97 would be a reasonable price. But we really wanted as many people as possible to get their hands on this system. So at the risk of underpricing our offer, we decided to do even better. Okay, so here's a quick recap of what you get when you order the Earth for Energy system today. The Earth for Energy Do-It-Yourself Solar Plans, a $50 value. The Earth for Energy 8-part video series, a $199 value. The Solar Sizing Calculator, a $30 value. The Do-It-Yourself Wind Turbine Plans, a $60 value. Plus the Do-It-Yourself Solar Hot Water Plans, another $60 value. That's a total value of $399, but your price is a fraction of that. Today only, and only from this page, your total investment in Earth for Energy, including all of the bonuses, is a tiny $47. I have never sold a complete Earth for Energy package at this low price before, and I need to let you know right now, this price will rise back up very soon. Plus, I want you to try Earth for Energy on me for a full 60 days with my famous Love It or It's Free guarantee. If you are not well on your way to grid liberation after 60 days, or if you do not find our service and attention to your satisfaction top-notch, or even if you don't like the font I use in the plans, it doesn't matter. I'll refund your money. No hassles, no worries, and we'll part as friends no matter what. And if you act today, right now, I'm going to include in your package the today-only bonus, worth another $129. As you know, America is on shaky ground, and our government is in no position to help us if things really got bad. I mean, how long until the next terrorist attack or natural disaster? If things really got bad, you can guarantee we're all on our own. That's why these 3 today-only bonus guides are so important. First, you're going to get my portable off-grid power backup plans. These plans will show you how to quickly set up a portable off-grid system so you will never go without power again, even when everybody else around you is in darkness. The second free guide is my do-it-yourself water purification plans. Humans can survive 3 weeks without food, but when it comes to water, we've only got 3 days. That's why this do-it-yourself water purification guide is so darn important. You will learn how to build a simple survival water filter that will turn just about any water into something drinkable that could potentially save your life and your loved ones' lives. And the third free guide is called Survival Plants, and I absolutely love this guide. You will see in detail, and with plenty of pictures, exactly what plants you can eat in times of crisis. Get a hold of this guide, and you will be surviving in the wild like Bear Grylls. Including these free bonus guides, the total value of everything you're going to get today is $528. But if you're quick, you can claim your copy now for just $47. You see, Michael and I are flat out with orders, and in fact, we are only releasing 1,000 more copies of the Earth for Energy system at this discounted price. We will then be raising the price back up to regular retail. The remaining copies are going to sell fast, so act now and claim your copy before you miss out. Now remember, you're not just getting an incredible discount today. You'll be joining our grid liberation community. Not to mention the fact you'll make a whole new group of freedom-fighting friends that will help you progress, stay inspired, and have more fun along the road to success. Here's what will happen the moment you click the orange Add to Cart button. First, you'll be taken to our 100% secure checkout page, which looks like this. Just enter your information to the left, and you will get instant access to the entire system. You should also note we use a 128-bit SSL secure page that is tested daily by both McAfee and Norton Security, so you can be sure your information is safe when ordering with us. Imagine, right now, how it will feel the moment you realize you're self-reliant, and no matter what shady deal the government does with big energy, you won't be affected. You are brimming with excitement, full of hope and optimism, standing tall and proud, knowing you are providing for your family the best way possible. Today is your day to claim your power and take responsibility, to take the action necessary to put an end to the lies and start an energy plan that simply works. Remember, unlike those cheap gimmick-heavy scams, this is the real deal, and it's 100% guaranteed. I'm asking you right now to just try Earth for Energy for 60 full days on me. Either you are thrilled with what you see, or you pay nothing. And as a reminder, you're always just minutes away from an answer from Michael Harvey, myself, and our support team, so you will never feel left on your own. So now you have 3 choices. Choice 1, you can leave this page and put up with the unreliable and expensive energy that you've been forced to pay for all these years. But if you choose this option, will you be any better off in a year's time from now? Absolutely not. You're still going to be searching for a better way. Choice 2. You could try and work how to do this all by yourself. But please keep in mind, Michael and I spent years developing and creating this system so that others didn't have to waste their time trying to figure it out for themselves. There's no need for you to waste your precious time because it's all been done for you. Then there's choice 3. The only real choice for true patriots that want to become 100% self-reliant and provide a reliable source of energy for their family. Choose this option and your family will no longer be affected by blackouts caused by natural disasters or terrorist attacks, domestic emergencies, or power price hikes. And let's be totally honest, the one-time investment of just $47 is peanuts compared to how much you're going to save with the system. So get started on the fast track to energy freedom by clicking the Add to Cart button below. If you're still with me, you probably want to hear a few success stories from other patriots that took the steps to become self-reliant. Dear Earth for Energy, your system is top-notch, and I couldn't have done better myself. The video series is incredible and very informative. That was from Stephen Peters. I feel so relaxed knowing I've done everything to prepare for the future. It's obvious that there's going to be another disaster that will cause widespread blackouts, but this time, I'm not going to be affected. I'm going to be that house with the lights on while everybody around me is in darkness. Gary Hadshaw. And Jim Ricketts says, "You're a true patriot, John. Anybody that goes out of their way to provide for their family like you've done deserves a pat on the back. Well done." These are just a few recent comments from others, just like you, that felt it was only right to take action and provide a secure future for their families. Now it's your turn to take action. Oh, and remember to keep us updated on your homemade power plant. Both Mike and I would love to see the photos. Don't put this off for another second. Click the Add to Cart button right now to take advantage of my very special price. Remember, quantities are limited, and we can only release a few more copies at this low price. So claim your copy now by clicking the Add to Cart button, and I'll speak with you again on the inside.